If you want to learn how to make a full stack web application, but you want to make it without writing any code, let me teach you how to use AppSheet. There's a link below for this full project. You can also get a sample in the video that's coming for you to see what the course is like. If you click that link, it's going to give you a month free to Skillshare where you can access a ton of other educational courses as well as mine, and enjoy the rest of the video. All right, so from here, let's go ahead and address the next clearest problem. The one to me that stands out is that we don't have a dollar sign in front of this character right here, or this amount field. We don't have that. So let's get that, right? There's a couple other issues as well, but let's just sort of test the functionality. Look at this. We can see that doesn't have a dollar sign. So let's go ahead and close this up. We don't really need to close it up, but just so you know, let's go over to data, and then let's click on this data set, right? This data source here, and then we'll hit view columns. Okay, so now this is everything that we have in here, all the columns. And if you kind of scroll to the right, actually let me collapse this. We can see here's everything that's going on right now. So we can see a couple things are going on here with our types, and we'll get into all this stuff in a minute. But let's just go straight to the amount column, and it's a number, but let's go ahead and change it to price. And then once I save that, this should now reflect with a dollar sign. All right, cool. So now we have that. That's great. I think we're doing good. And the next thing that I see that's most immediate is we had our initial app demo was in dark theme, and this is blinding me. So let's go over to UX, and we'll go to brand, and then we'll change this to dark. And there we go. So we can do dark with red highlight, yellow, any of these colors, custom color, whatever you want. I'll just keep it blue. We can add an app logo if you have a custom, like your company app or anything like that. We can do all of those things. And then we have a couple different options here. This one being mainly that we just have a header there for the view so we know where we're at in the top left corner, but you can kind of do whatever you want. Just hit save after you're done changing it to dark theme. Okay, so let's take a look at how our form that captures our data about the invoice functions. Let's actually look at that. Let's open up this brand new invoice submission. Let's look at this. One thing we're going to deal with a little bit later is that all of these fields right here, they're like lowercase, and they have the camel case, which is what this is, where I have like a lowercase and like an uppercase in between the second word. They have that, and we don't have, the most important thing is we don't have a status drop down here. So I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to make a status drop down that has paid and unpaid so that we can have those two values. So let's go ahead and do that right quick. So go to data, view columns. We can kind of close this so we have a little bit more space here. And let's go to status, and instead of text, we're going to make that what's called a enum list, or enumerated list. And then we're going to go ahead and click right here on the little edit button, and values we're going to add. So we're going to say unpaid and paid. And then once we got those in there, we're good. The only thing we'll have to do is say that the initial value is going to be unpaid. And we can just type that into there. All of this stuff down here in the expression assistant we'll deal with a little bit later for other fields. Don't have to worry about it for this right now. And then just hit save. Okay, cool. Let's pop our app back out. And then let's see how this works now that we go into this. Again, I'm going to go down to status. Looks like I can get paid or unpaid. And this is a nice way to have it set up. You kind of click on it and then unclick to select. But what I'm actually going to do, what I forgot to do was just go in here to status And then I gotta save the input mode is gonna be a drop down. And then once I save this, you'll see what I mean. I'll have a drop down. I think we already did in that past view, but I just want to refresh it so that it'll be, okay, unpaid by default. And then we can switch it to paid whenever it's paid. Cool, so that's how we fix that. That's how you do an enumerated list. Super easy, right?